Alright, what is this? Mr. Max0r made another video about Yakuza. Yippee! Let's do it.
Hello everybody, Makes McGood videos here.
Hello!
I promise this time. Let me ask you a personal question. What do you think a video game is? Usually, a video game
I don't know, I don't play video games.
is something that takes place in a setting and has internal logic which specifies where things are based on the things around them. That when you do actions, these things called events will happen that will be related to other events. This is known in game design as the principle of object permanence. When you fail to see this principle used, you will complain. You will call the game a nonsensical slop trough or other such true insults, for you are like a babe, crying out for succor in the night. But for those of us with refined tastes in
Yakuza doesn't have to make sense, it's just for fun, bro.
our video entertainment, growing up is learning to ascend beyond the need for anything to make actual sense. Like a dragon, pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Ryuga Gotoku, Jesus Christ, even the title can't figure out what this is a game that feels like it was made in an alternate dimension, where geography, tone, time, culture, language, relative lethality, and graphical fidelity itself all exist independently of each other and also themselves, to the extent that even the most basic of inquiries, such as, why am I currently watching a jab of a chopped uncle?
Oh my god, she's so hot, what the fuck? I wanna bash my skull in with a brick. Holy shit!
Why am I currently watching a jab of a chopped unk washing himself in the shower for 90
Why not? It's funny. Is Keisan in this one? Is Kaho Shibuya? Yeah, I believe that is, yes.
minutes? Is a question that I am incapable of answering at this time, and where the only thing preventing a mechanic from being added to this game is whether or not a random developer thinks it is kind of funny. So on the off chance that you are hoping to get any actual information about this game, I have some very bad news for you, which of course I will be delivering as soon as I am done playing baseball.
Bam! Nice.
So I can unlock the Angry Birds soundtrack.
Why do they have Angry Birds in Yakuza?
That is not a fucking joke. This game technically takes place in Hawaii, in the same way that it is technically made by human beings. This is coincidentally the actual state that I was born and raised in, and despite the seemingly
Max0r's from Hawaii? Holy!
accurate modeling of the literal island that I lived on for 17 years, playing Pirate Yakuza has never made me feel further away from my homeland. It is very disturbing in a way that I cannot describe to walk through a Garry's Mod graphical rendering that is kind of like a building you have been in before, only to walk out onto the beachfront that you have kind of been to before, and watch as the hotel—
I think legally speaking, they have to make it a little bit different from the actual place. I don't know why, but like there are like certain liberties they have to take. Even if you base it on an obvious place, you still have to take creative liberties.
kind of seen before is bombarded by a crew of period-accurate Caribbean pirates
Yeah, legally distinct, but
from
also
the
can
17th
be.
century. At which point I jumped onto my 17th century pirate ship, fired my pink laser
Dude, Ubisoft wishes their game was even half as fun as this.
at them, and boarded with my crew comprised of 20 homeless dudes, random animals, and every furry I could find a discount for on the slave trade. Chicken Man is my strongest soldier, and I purchased him after
What's that game called? Hotline Miami? That's a crossover.
doing 3 hours of gambling and hallucination karaoke. Yakuza is just a special fucking game.
Dude, it's a fever dream, man. Very nice. This is a great edit.
The problems with this game, or the solutions, depending on how Japanese you are, begin from the very start of the game, where we find ourselves in the shoes of—
Hold on, go back. You have caught me at a very Japanese time in my life.
begin from the very start of the game.
Me reaching for what? For the fridge at midnight for my leftover NyQuil boiled chicken. Yeah, that's why he's so purple. I understand now.
Where we find ourselves in the shoes of Goro Majima, a canonically 60-year-old man primarily known for ambushing his senpai in random manhole covers and trash cans, recovering from his midlife crisis by proceeding to steal an entire pirate ship and becoming a better father figure to a child than his actual dad. At which point, Majima decided to introduce the child to the concept of a brothel and gambling because I said a better father figure.
I mean, that's not any worse than what most people do with their kids nowadays. They just let them loose on Roblox. Yeah, like, this isn't really that different.
Not a good one. In order to facilitate our reckless marauding of international Labubu sales, we have to first earn ourselves a lot of money and hire a lot of homeless guys. Much like real life, Pirate Yakuza revolves almost entirely around the need to make more money, mainly by upgrading our ship with a myriad of customizable options, most of which are fundamentally insane. So to actually make our money, we need to beat up a lot of people for their $12,000 pocket watches and do a lot of gambling. Never mind, I hate this fucking game and I'm going to kill myself. This is all done within the game's 2 primary cities, beginning with the pirate haven of Madlantis, a seedy, chaotic, and...
I like how they base this on Pirates of the Caribbean too, because it's like they have their little like pirate home base, and then they go out into their different like areas, the ports.
Leisurely location where every single woman character model is a prostitute, and the average time between street fights stretches into the 10-second mark. This is the part of the game where it becomes evident that there is literally no plan for what the gameplay should actually be. Bouncing seemingly at random between baseball with cannons, blackjack with hookers, claw machines with... Samoa Joe. He's also the king of the Pirate Kingdom, as well as an entire naval coliseum featuring high-stakes, high-sea battles with crews of sumo wrestlers, escaped convicts, the BDSM squad, and just actual robots.
Like the actual fucking wrestler? No way!
But if I were to try and describe the main mechanical madness of Madlantis, I would tell you that this game is primarily supposed to be a beat-em-up, not that you would figure that out for yourself. Frequently pitting the player against absolute industrial quantities of random goons inside the world's least insane Waffle House. And to do so, we have to properly utilize the combos and finishers spread between 2 distinct fighting styles. As a mad dog, we engage in a series of fast movements, knife attacks, and the ability to clone myself because this game does not have enough units on screen. And as a hot dog, and as a sea dog, we watch as the creators of this game just kind of give up on having themes, allowing us to access a powerful arsenal of swords, guns, grapple hooks, and the malevolent influence of 4 dark gods, notably including the dark god of killing everyone and ripping their skin off, as well as the dark god of summoning a tornado and instantly kidnapping the entire city. But for those who are properly concerned about violence in movies and sex on TV, you will be pleased to know that our protagonist does not canonically kill anyone in this game, just giving them horrific injuries and lifelong disabilities that definitely make them wish he did. So no matter how—
Well, that's probably better than the guy that, you know, that we just watched previously. You know, the guy that took out the girl's eyeball.
How gratuitously violent everything on screen seems to be, just know that Majima is definitely an upstanding moral paragon whose only goal in life is to provide secure employment for the world's extant clown population. Gain full opportunities on the SS Hello Kitty Island adventure include such tasks as powering the rocket engines that we use to drift around enemies, manning the cannons, of which this game story apparently is, as well as participating in a bout of hilarious high-sea brawls ranging from small scurvy scuffles all the way up to battling and boarding the entire population of an actual carnival cruise. Needless to say, we are going to need a lot of hands on this deck. Which of course brings our ship to the second major location of this game, where we will—
I do have to say that I really do appreciate Sega for like going out of their way to be as ridiculous as possible and not catering to like, you know, like it's not too ridiculous, it's not too outrageous. You know, they hire people that are actual like, you know, 18+ models and putting them into the game. Yeah, they're catering to actual schizophrenics, but that's like all gamers. It's just, you know, they have a different flavor.
Focus on recruiting our mighty crew in the island.
Sega almost lost everything when they were getting phased out by other companies during like the 1990s because the Sega Genesis was dying. I think they pulled through and they did amazing. They basically pulled it back.
Metropolis of Honolulu. featuring such recognizable travel destinations as the Waikiki beachfront, the Ala Moana shopping center, but they can't actually call it.
It's funny. I feel like every person that I know has at least one person that they knew that was from Hawaii. Yeah, like my parents knew someone from Hawaii, and it was an ex-Russian woman that moved because she fell in love with an American, I think it was like a Marine or something. This was in the 80s, I want to say, and my parents visited them one time. And then I also have another friend that was originally from Hawaii. Yeah.
So it's named the Anaconda Shopping Center, even though there are no snakes in the state, and the streets where I used to run into moving vehicles for insurance fraud. Also, there's my favorite restaurant, the Gamer Sup store, found in Description Street of the YouTube video neighborhood, where they sell wonderful energy drinks with code
Oh, look at all these Gamer Subs, chat.
Max0r for...
Oh, I can also say this as a promo. Partner codes on Friday are going to be 20% off instead of 10%. If you're trying to save a little bit more money on an order, it's going to be so sick. But my code is going to be 20% off with the fucking merch drop that we're having too, so keep that in mind. No glaze, no glaze.
40 cents per
serving. You can use
serving.
this code too, but
it is the only affordable drink in the entirety of this goddamn city. Now, while this virtual rendition is surprisingly accurate to the real Hawaii, I do have to point out that the amount of random street fights is slightly exaggerated from real life.
Slightly,
as in reality, warfare would be considered kapu around this point due to the prominence of the fertility god Lono, whereas the amount of random homeless people that you will encounter on the street is not exaggerated nearly enough. But what really broke my immersion and destroyed my entire experience was the idea that I could walk into any restaurant and not actually buy any rice. Fun fact, one time they opened
because there's rice everywhere.
A Buffalo Wild Wings in Ala Moana, and they received literally non-stop complaints about the menu until they finally gave in and started serving the public rice. Much, of course, like the real state of Hawaii, Majima's crew is extremely diverse and made of many backgrounds, because Hawaiians are very tolerant of all races and nationalities, so long as that nationality is not Micronesian. And if you get a Hawaiian to actually say anything about Micronesia, they will sound like the Mustache Man. So naturally, in order to secure a variety of people, and also maybe non-people, we have to do an extreme variety of completely disparate activities, taking up the vast majority of my entire playthrough. Sometimes recruiting people is easy, such as with the random homeless guy that I found on the street and recruited by giving him a single beer, or the swimsuit model who
I mean, honestly, the government doesn't want you to know this, but if you go up to a homeless person, you give them a beer, you can recruit them to do something for you. It's like, you know, like a quest where you like give them an item that they really, really want. They're like, I want to return you the favor. The government doesn't want you to know that.
Really stands around waiting for a single person to score 100 in darts, while others are unnaturally complicated and absolutely not worth doing unless it is for the bit. Like the quest where you can recruit the famous Japanese streamer Kason, notable for having videos that I cannot show you,
so
by walking around town and waving at people to make friends on the social media site Aloha Links for the next hour of your stupid chud life. Not beating anyone up, not gambling my life savings away, just fucking waving at people on the street a minimum of 90 times. As you can probably tell by this point, there are many places in Waikiki to spend our time and money, and most of them are fun. Like attending the entire vocational school where Majima apparently attempts his fucking HVAC certification or something by entering into a series of difficult tests on such useful subjects
Fashionista? What?
as fashionista, alcohol.
Oh, I thought it was Pippa, but it's from that game. I forget what it's called.
Fashionista.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I forget what game it is. I know. Yeah, Zenless Zone Zero. Sorry.
Alcohol expertise, Japanese underworld studies, and Sega proficiency, while other activities like mahjong require the player.
That's the fucking audacity. Oh, you can play mahjong here too?
To memorize a phone book and hallucinate themselves into actually winning.
Chat, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound so cringe, but I really wanted to learn to play mahjong because Pippa loves mahjong, and Pippa's my Oshi, and I could not for the life of me understand it. I'm too retarded. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I get it a little bit when she's playing it, because it's like, you know, you watch them enough times and you kind of get it. But I really tried and I couldn't do it. Yeah, FaZe loves Mahjong. I'll watch them play it, but like I don't fucking get it. Ask Kina to teach you. Yeah, that could be a thing, but I also don't want people to get mad at me for not getting it. It's hard. I sat down. I shit you not. I watched videos for at least 2 hours, like trying to understand the game.
Because I'm convinced that Mahjong is a made-up game designed to make white people commit suicide.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
if Mahjong and vocational school aren't your style of unusual gameplay mechanics, there is no need to worry. For Pirate Yakuza has a unique career opportunity where you get to play as a National Geographic cameraman, recording and documenting in full HD the extremely rare crotches of random jack
reference
perverts on the street. At which point, we unlock enough activity points to buy the perverts for my ship and place them into close proximity to the female cast. Needless to say, there are quite a few things to do in this game, and absolutely none of them come even close to the sheer joy and rapture that I felt when I first played Crazy Delivery, did 10 backflips, destroyed every—
Dude, this is like the best mini game, I'm not gonna lie. And it's like it's not even a mini game, it's not a secondary thought. A mini game, when I think about it, in a video game, is usually dog shit. This is really fun.
Are in a 2-mile radius and delivered to someone a $2,000 pizza. It's not delivery, it's vehicular manslaughter. However, the most impactful thing that we can do as a captain is not merely hiring a crew of employees, but instead bonding with them and forming friendships that I will soon come to regret. Because the real treasure on this pirate adventure is the friendships that we have made along the way. To this end, Pirate Yakuza has a great variety of interesting side quests to directly engage with members of our crew, usually in the most mentally deranged way possible.
Oh look, they have a VTuber.
Such as in the quest where I taught a bronze statue performer to tolerate getting beat up by children and encouraging others to do the same. Or the side quest where Majima assists the traveling circus on their mission to abuse exotic animals. Most of the time, these are pretty short, you know. You see a man, he is collecting trash, you collect trash, and as a result, you get trash. And other times, they are incredibly long, varied, and extremely impactful to the morale of my ship in a way that mere description is not able to properly convey. But in the interests of making this video kind of funny, I will do my best to recall the bizarre story of Max0r the Chop Dunk, who has recently come into a bout of depression because he is obsessed with Japanese high society women. So, of course, the natural response to such a conundrum—
I would be too. If I was an old chopped unk, I would be obsessed with hot women too.
Is to track down and engage in 6 separate stalking quests where Majima attempts to recruit all of the women who, contrary to popular belief, are different, to a bizarrely filmed live-action Japanese rendition of the Bat—
Oh my god. Why is the ship pink? What do you got against pink ships, bitch?
Rendition of The Bachelor, where every single woman is after the heart of the most chopped unk you have ever seen in your entire life.
Dude.
Along the way, Majima will learn that women are not merely pretty objects to yearn from the internet, like you may assume, but entire human beings with interests and actual sentient emotions.
Don't listen to Max0r, he's lying.
He will go go-karting with them. He will go cosplaying with them. He will do a live stream with them, creating a mass casualty event for the world's largest population of online simps. He will buy 8 copies of their adult magazines and then give those magazines to his shipmates. And he will have an intimate conversation with them about self-acceptance regarding eroticism.
I love sexy stuff.
We know, Kaho, we know. She's sponsored by Gamersubs too, by the way. For the record.
And convincing them to demystify sex work. Also, one of them just fucking kills people using an actual sniper rifle. After which point, we are treated to a genuine, and this is not a bit, 30 minutes of watching our chopped unk fumble every single bag and increasingly insane—
I'm about to get racist.
—and unhinged ways.
Based?
And if something like this ever happened to me, you would not see any more videos after this one. The point I am trying to get across here is that Pirate Yakuza needs to be seen in order to be believed. If I didn't have visual proof of the things in this video, you would not believe that any of this was real, let alone being inside of the exact same game. But after you found your crew of maniacs, after you've seen them fight on the battlefield, after you built and customized the perfect ship—
Oh my god, you can have a skin that makes it a VTuber. Holy shit!
the perfect ship and seen all of these elements finally click together, there is no other game that will have this much chaos make so much sense in retrospect. Is it weird? Yes. Is it good? Definitely yes. You need to experience a Yakuza game at least once in your lifetime, and that is non-negotiable.
Which one is the best one to experience, chat? I need a census, because I know there's a lot of Yakuza games. Yeah, which one's the best one for you guys? 0? Wow, that you guys answered so fast. 0, 7, 0, 1, 0. Better than Skull and Bones. Dude, don't even mention the word Skull and Bones to me, or I'm gonna ban you. Like a Dragon was cool. Yakuza 0 or Like a Dragon if you like RPGs. I like both. I like both non-RPGs and RPGs. Yakuza 6, 7. Mods, ban that guy. Okay.
Okay, maybe it is a little negotiable. Thank you to all the—
Wait, hold on, go back. What? I missed it. Yakuza 3 Remake Backlash blows up again as actor guilty of sexual harassment stares in new trailer. Remake of the original for decades officially admitted to special for his agency. That sucks.
Okay, maybe it is a little negotiable. Thank you to all the people supporting me on my Patreon. I am going to try to make the next video kind of short, and I hope that all of you have a very nice day pirating this video game. This is the moment. Showtime. Me to the sound of
That was really fun. Yo-ho! He's so good, dude. That was fun. I'm gonna play with Yakuza, dude. Go check him out. Go check out Max0r. He's awesome. Use his code. Remember, 20% off this week on Friday for 1 week only, so you can get a discount using my code or anybody else's code, so you can support your favorite streamer.